Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Chaos Talk. I'm one of your hosts, Sinzor. I also go by Dev, and I'm here joined with.
A dingbat. I also go by Cam.
Hi, I'm K6403 Barton. I also go by Bree or Brianna.
Cool. But hello, I'm Thaddeus. I go by JubJub632, and lastly we have.
Hello there, I'm Navajo Buck. I also go by Rob. Alright then. Let's get to business, y'all.
Business. I don't want business. This is fun.
I know, right?
It's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun.
Shenanigans.
It's
We're all
supposed to
having
be fun.
Are you having
Oh,
fun?
No.
I mean,
Are
technically.
you having fun?
I mean,
Are you
technically,
having
it's
fun
not
now?
it's not
Can
a
you feel it
business
now,
if you
Mr.
make it
Krabs?
fun. So
Oh my
This
gosh.
is supposed to be entertainment, Robert.
I know.
Yes, the entertainment business is mostly based on interaction and fun, if you can.
Oh, you don't say. Actually,
And again, if we're talking about video games, it's microtransactions. That's the new hot thing.
oh,
Yeah.
microtransactions.
Let's not go down that route.
I'm
Jeez
already
Louise.
down that rabbit hole. I'll say I spent a lot of money on no, actually not microtransactions, but mostly like gotcha games. Spent a lot of money on that.
Oh no.
Cosmetics?
Yeah,
Cosmetics are
I made
fine.
sure to keep out of that. At most,
Yeah.
I've spent $5 on 2 games, and then I was done. There was
Yeah.
no point in spending any
Yeah.
more money on them.
I have been
Right.
perpetually broke since the age of 12, so I've never been able to buy anything in game. So I'm just like, okay, cool. That's nice that you can have that. However, I'm just gonna be over here doing everything that's free.
It's not great when they sell you a way to play the game better than intended.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's very true. But
That I don't like. Yeah.
indeed.
I know
But,
there's some games that are like, oh, hey, we can make your life easier if you take this, this, and then take this kind of a direction with it. And I'm like, buddy, I don't even do life on hard mode. Or easy mode. I like everything on hard mode. Forget it. No, forget it.
FGO fans out there, we understand your pain. Well, yeah,
That's right. Fate
Rob
doesn't even have a
understands
pity
your
system
pain.
to it either. That's right.
yeah. I mean, it's mostly the most known gotcha game out there.
Which game again? Sorry.
Fate Grand Order, but it's basically the Fate series.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting gotcha game. Yeah, I mean, you technically collect servants. Yeah, they're basically like
Your summons, kind
Yeah.
of.
yeah. And then, I think there's like two categories between players, isn't there? Like the free to play, like they're just playing the game as is, and then there's the other ones who waste their money. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes, unfortunately.
Yep.
Spending exuberant amounts of
Yeah.
money, and I'm like, excuse me, do you have a life? I mean, I don't think I have a life some days, but my goodness.
Don't worry.
I may not have a life, but however, I have enough of a life not to be doing that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Yep.
But yeah, I can agree with that. Like microtransactions are a bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
a nuisance.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
very
Oh jeez, I'm trying to think back. Like what? I remember there was this one mobile game that I played when I was younger. I don't remember, and you could definitely tell when you start to hit like the paywall per se.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
people are like
Yeah.
when you're getting past the free to play players. But I remember I forgot what it was called exactly off the top of my head, but I remember it was a shooting game, and you're playing basically as Minecraft people, and it was really fun. But
That's almost
it's
like every other game out there.
I know, right? But like you can tell when like people when you hit that paywall because people always bought the really good weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like I am dying so many times. I know I'm not good, but this does not help.
Right?
This is a real confidence booster. Thank you so much. And thank you for reminding
yeah,
me the
thanks.
fact that I have no money to buy any of these. Thank you.
Right.
Oh, I died again. Oh, gee, thanks.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what game actually has been ruined by microtransactions though?
Which ones?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Ooh.
I've heard
Oh,
it got
the new
better,
one.
but
The
yeah,
new
that's
one?
where the big controversies with EA really spiked
Yeah,
up with loot
dude.
boxes and all that. It's
Yeah.
true.
I remember hearing stuff about that. Right.
Yeah, that's well, in my opinion, at least the EA ones that came out for the PS4. The first one's not
Mhm.
too bad. It wasn't the best. but
Yeah.
Fair.
at least the second one somehow improved upon that. So
I don't know. I think I was playing the first one mostly because like I used to play with my brother and I used to play with your sister as well.
oh,
And
yeah.
like I don't know, like I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. And it was one of those games I would go to, like especially like when I was like taking classes that were really hard. I'd be like, okay, I need something fun and easy to
Yeah.
play. I would just like
Oh,
go
yeah.
to that and just play it. So
Right.
I don't know.
yeah,
I kind of liked Star Wars Battlefront 2, but only the 2005 release.
I knew you were gonna
Totally.
say
Mhm.
that.
I'd
I
play
knew
that
you were
with a
gonna
ton
say
of
that.
my cousins.
Jeez.
Only because it's true.
Yeah, dang. I
That's the best one.
also got that one recently on the Steam sale. Peak.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Was playing with my roommate. It's great.
Oh yeah.
Had so much fun with that.
You know what's a Star Wars game that I've been told I have to play before I die, and I was told this by a coworker at the tutoring center. They were like, "You have to play what was it called? The Old Republic."
Oh,
I think it was
Knights of the Old
KOTOR.
Republic.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
really
that-
good things
yeah.
about that one.
Yep.
I played a little bit. I didn't get as into it. Like I like playing role playing games a little bit, but I wasn't as into that one.
Yeah.
Like I play a little bit like with like Fallout and oh shoot, I'm blanking on the other one. But yeah, like games like Fallout and Skyrim and stuff. Play for a little bit and then like okay.
I played the Jedi Knight Academy games, but I never touched KOTOR.
Ooh,
Cool
nice.
car.
Yeah, I mean it's free, so it is. So it is like okay, yeah, you can just jump right in. But yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it is.
I don't know. This is the
I'm pretty
same.
sure.
This is the same coworker who crashed my ship in what was it called? Oh my goodness. What was that Star game that you got me playing, Devin? I can't remember.
Oh, that one. Okay, you're talking about
sorry.
that one.
Not No Man's Sky, was it?
No. I paid.
Let's all be honest.
I used to play No Man's Sky. Hold on, wait. It was
Speaking
Endless
of no.
Sky. Endless Sky.
Oh, endless. Sky.
Ah.
This guy.
I lost the rubber ducky on that game, and I cried for
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dang.
Rest in peace, Rubber Ducky.
Yes, I named my ship the rubber ducky
Sad.
because I thought, oh hey, rubber duckies are cute.
Right.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess randomly thinking of games. Any new games you guys have been checking out after Christmas and all that?
Was thinking about
Nothing too much.
I-
I have been playing a lot more of the, what is it? The those world of like military stuff like World of Warships, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes.
Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Robert's being a mobile gamer.
No, I don't have it on mobile. I actually have it on PC. It's actually.
I
I know what you mean, Dingbat. I know what you mean.
I mean, like, I started playing Zelda, which was really fun.
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
I
yeah.
did through half of the map before the sun went down. And I was like sitting there with my flashlight. 'Cause I have the first Game Boy, of course. Like, it doesn't have a backlight on it or anything, so I still have to sit there with my
Right.
flashlight, like shining on it, trying to play through it.
Dang. Nice.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
That's
All
fun.
right. Speaking of Game Boys, how did you actually enjoy our Christmas present to you?
Oh my gosh,
keep this
I
bit
am
out,
still
but yeah.
riding on
Yeah.
cloud 9 about that. I'm not kidding. Like, oh my goodness.
Dang.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Glad you're having fun with that. Which Zelda is that one again? I forgot. It was like Dreamwalker.
It's
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening. Yeah.
Link's Awakening. Yeah, he's awakened. Awakened.
I saw like I was playing through and I saw the pots and I'm like, aren't I supposed to smash these things or something? And I realized like I don't think I do that yet. And I'm like, 'Cause I've seen the memes
Wow.
and I,
I
have
mean-
seen like
Most of the Zelda games open with Link waking up, so
That's true. That's very true.
This one specifically in the
And
title.
even the
it's like,
Cadence of
he
Hyrule,
woke
the
up.
rhythm game one did.
Jeez.
but what can we
just
say?
like-
The man's sleepy.
Well, he's got to
And
get
with so much
those hours
adventuring,
somehow.
you're bound to get pretty tired, I'm sure.
I know, right?
it's funny. He wakes up, and then he goes on to like a 7-day binge without no sleep to save the
Right.
world.
Just
I
for
mean,
one,
like, you would
just
want
for
to rest
one
after
woman.
that.
Or yeah, it's usually for a princess, but yeah, or whatever troubles whatever troubles the game wants to throw at. it.
Hyrule's got going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever's Hyrule's got going on, Link's there to beat him up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'll be honest with you guys. I actually never played any of the Zelda games.
No.
No.
Honestly, me neither. Not
I'm
a
trying
lot.
to
Like
think.
I've played a little bit of some. I've played them in like emulators a little bit, but
Yeah.
I haven't played like a full game,
Ah.
and I'm kind of sad I haven't.
Right.
Y'all, chat can beat me up later.
Don't worry.
Just
Don't
cr-
worry,
Oh, don't worry,
chat.
I'm
beat
kind
us
of in
all
the
up
same
and be
boat.
like,
I was too
"You've
young to really
never
understand
played."
how to actually
Just let us
beat
know in the
them,
comments down
and
below. No.
My brother in Christ. I mean,
How
like
mad you're
I
at.
am already starting. Like I like at the age I am, I'm starting my first Zelda game. So
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty good that you're actually playing that. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a good. It's a good franchise. Out of was it was it Nintendo? No, I'm gonna be bad.
Nintendo.
Nintendo, yeah.
Nintendo.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I was right.
yeah, Nintendo
Okay.
made Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yes.
I'm good with that then. Speaking of
I'm
Nintendo,
not
Robert's
gonna
like, I'm
lie,
educated
like-
a little
Yeah.
bit, slightly educated.
I
I know,
am
like-
a little slightly educated. I'm smarter than the average Marine. Oh no, now the Marine's gonna get me. No.
That's not a high bar to beat.
It's like saying, "Are you
Okay.
smarter than a fifth grader?" I'm smarter than the average Marine.
Okay, little listen here now.
Welcome to the
Don't
next
worry.
season of Are You Smarter Than a Crayon Eater?
You know what? I can't
Are you
argue
kidding me?
against you on that.
The other week we were in Walmart and I was like, "Hey, do you want some crayons to hold you over until dinner?" And Robert's like,
I remember
I don't want the Rosa art. I want the Crayola." And I'm like, "We can't
Yeah,
afford Crayola."
Come on. I mean, come on. Every other Marine can agree with me that Crayola is the best. The OG. Why would we want to go with a cheap? Why would we want to go with a knockoff?
Because I have no money.
Well, that's not.
It's only $1 more. No.
That sounds like a you problem.
As is. I mean, you guys are trying to talk me into buying that long dragon, which I actually went back to Walmart again
Oh,
for, and I
yeah.
was like, maybe
Oh.
when I get out to Socorro, I will buy it. Maybe.
It's like very
Oh, yeah.
tempted, very tempted.
Little.
The
Maybe the
temptation
Valentine's
is
stuff will
there.
be on sale by then
Yeah.
too, if it's still there.
So
You
yeah.
might be able to get it on sale.
Yeah.
Just
Or-
a little context for Senzor here is that at Walmart we actually found those Valentine plushies that come out for every Valentine's Day. So
Those
apparently,
ginormous ones.
yeah. Hold on. We actually found what is it like 7 of those dragon plushies?
12.
12. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the 3-foot, like big
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
You
fluffy
could
ones.
lay
Like
on
they like lay down on the bed,
Yep.
kind of spread
Huh.
out.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they sit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
See,
it
my
was cute.
my idea is I was gonna take them and put them under the bed because I have that humongous gap between the floor and my bed at school. So I was gonna like roll under there and be like, "Yes, I am laying on my horde of dragons."
Get his little dragon den.
Yes.
Little dragon den.
Dang.
I guess
pretty
one
sure
could.
it's
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure it's a fire hazard, but you know what? I don't care. It's just they're so cute.
I guess one could say that's how you train your own dragons.
It's better
I'm
than
here-
you guys running around going, "The mother of dragons." No, I don't want to be known as the
I'm here all week. No.
Oh boy.
Barton's gonna roast in their sleep.
Yep.
But anyways, back to games really quick.
All right.
Just because I am curious. So Robert's been playing a lot of war games.
Mostly, yeah.
Barton's been playing through her Zelda. Jubb, what have you been playing?
But yeah, I was gonna say. So my brother ended up picking me up Dead Cells. It's a kind of Castlevania roguelite on
Oh.
Steam, and I've been playing a lot of that. But it's one when
Dang.
Bree mentioned like, oh yeah, being up till like super late. I also, with some extra money, picked up Cult of the Lamb, and so I was up till like 2 in the morning because my family was also watching Alice in Borderlands.
How is Cult
It
of the
was a good time.
Lamb?
hmm
Yeah.
How is Cult of the Lamb?
It is pretty fun.
It's a lamb
The
by the border.
roguelike could use a little refining, and the town you get through the upgrades fast, but it's pretty fun.
Oh.
To mess around, I've created the Cult of Jub Jub, and so basically it's just, Jub Jub 1, Jub Jub 2, and so, once we hit 632, we have reached the end times.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
He's
You know
got
what?
a
This sounds like a
prophecy
very
going.
ambitious idea.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So what you're trying to tell us, Jub Jub, is you want us to join the cults.
Of course, you're invited.
All right.
We have
Oh,
plenty
dear.
of supplies. I can provide you all the berry you need.
Very well.
I mean, like, we
Oh,
did
no.
vote him at one point, most likely to start a cult, but I didn't think it was going to be this soon.
Wow.
Oh boy. Yeah. Is it multiplayer? Like I've seen stuff about it, but I haven't actually played it.
It's not multiplayer. It does have Twitch integration though, so like
Ah.
you can name your followers after someone in Twitch chat, or they can do like kind of roulette to see something happen.
Oh, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Hey.
Neat.
What kind of game have you been playing, Senzor?
I honestly have not.
Oh, sad day. Just busy
Busy
with
with
Yeah.
life.
I had to
Life.
Fair enough.
Got
had
it.
to uproot my entire life and start a new job, but
Oh yeah.
I haven't had time.
Fun.
It's
Oh, yeah.
understandable. I mean, like,
Well-
moving is a lot. I mean, I've moved, like,
Definitely.
twice this year, and actually, not 3 times this year, and each time it's just like the first week to 2 weeks is just so chaotic trying to get everything settled and like trying to figure out, hey, where's my local grocery store? Hey,
Oh yeah.
where do I
that's
go to
always
get
fun.
gas? Like,
Thankfully, we have Google Maps and technology.
oh my god.
Makes life a lot easier.
Yes, I mean, like, oh my goodness, I would have been so lost this summer because like Las Cruces is so big, and like I had to Google Map everywhere I went, and I'm like, hey, I don't know where this is. Hey, where's this? Wait a minute, was this here before?
Yeah.
You kids and your darn Google Maps. Back in my day, we used to use a map.
Back in my
My dad,
day,
you're
I
from
lived at
my
the reservation.
I know, right?
In 2 miles, turn left onto the highway toward Albuquerque.
Wait a minute, I don't want to go north.
Oh, you mean the interstate?
Something's not right.
Make
Oh,
a
boy.
U-turn
Actually-
where possible.
All right.
Fun fact: you do have to jump on the interstate from in Las Cruces to go north towards Albuquerque if you want to
Yeah.
go to White Sands. So.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of tangents. Well, anyways.
But I definitely get that being busy. I mean, with last semester, I didn't find a whole lot of time to do much gaming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that.
And I suppose
Ugh.
I suppose I'm in the work category as well now too. So
Yeah.
A little bit.
yeah, it's gonna be rough for me to do that, but it shouldn't be too hard though.
So it goes.
I mean,
Hey,
Actually, I
man.
have a
what's up?
Sorry, I actually had a curiosity question. Speak while we're still on the topic of games.
Okay.
Just cause I'm curious, cause I started replaying through the Halo games again, just cause they're awesome,
Mhm.
Yeah.
classics. Curiosity question:
Eh.
for the original Halo, cause you're able to switch between the new graphics and the old graphics.
Ah, yes.
If you've played it, which do you prefer? I'm curious.
The old graphics.
Like I have my thoughts, but I want to see if you have thoughts.
It's been a while since I have played the remaster, and the original graphics are really good for kind of, again, the way it originally looked.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the new graphics; they look pretty good.
I like the
the
old graphics because it gives me like a lot of nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll be in the
Sensor, sorry.
same boat as Barton. Just a little nostalgia, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's pretty basic too, so
Fair.
rather than like armor lock nowadays.
Right. Ah, jeez, I haven't played
Not
the
so
new
much.
ones
That was
that
more
much.
Halo Reach, but yeah,
Oh.
fair enough. That was pretty.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Just
Yeah.
slowed down the pacing.
Yep.
Right.
Then again,
Anyways,
it was
Sensor, did you have a thought? Sorry.
Oh.
I didn't want to cut you off, Rob. Sorry. about that, too.
yeah. We have,
I honestly like them both. The old is a classic. You can't really go wrong there. It's all nostalgic. And then the new one looked pretty good. The way that they got it all fixed
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
However,
yeah.
the lighting in the old version was the broken version from the PC.
Ah.
So there's a lot of lighting glitches
Really?
if you look around in the old style.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it was something about the shaders not being compiled properly. So, like, a lot of the surfaces didn't even have bump mapping. And it
Dang.
just
I'll have to
It
keep
made
an eye
things
out
a
for
lot
that
more
when I play.
flat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
But thinking of classic Halo, also, I still really want to play through the Cursed Halo mod because I've seen some pretty good videos on that. It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh dear, what is this?
So what the Cursed Halo mod does is basically it's what if you took Halo but then installed a bunch of like funny Skyrim mods, basically. So
Oh
like
no.
the basic grenade is
okay.
now a D20, so you throw it and it does something random. Like it could spawn trees, it could spawn a gun, it could
Oh.
summon 7 hunters. It's pretty funny.
This sounds
Oh,
just
boy.
sounds more like D&D.
Yeah,
It's also where like the long hog, where it's like 7 warthogs
Oh.
long, single warthog
No,
comes from.
not the
It's
yeah,
great.
we've
one.
played with those in
No.
Gary's
The
mod.
cursed one that we
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
in Mira's
Oh, yeah.
mod. Oh my gosh.
Yep, those are the cursed
It
Halo
was-
warthogs.
Beautiful.
I sent a picture of that to my brother, and
In
he's
all
just
the
like,
worst ways.
"Stop sending me this."
Stop sending me.
And then
Beautiful in all
another
the worst
favorite
ways.
thing I like from it, they have the plasma rifle, but it's in the style of like Doom, so it's all
Yeah.
pixelated. It gives you like a pixel
Ah.
arm whenever you punch. It's awesome. But yeah, good fun. And apparently they made a cursed Halo for Halo 2, so I'll have to check that out.
That was made by a different creator.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. But I mean, more people coming into the space making more stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like now more than ever, you have more people who do that. Honestly.
Yeah, modding is definitely something that keeps games alive. I feel like.
I wonder, on MCC, are we able to play 5-player campaign?
I know we can do 4-player. I don't know about 5.
5, I think, is like yeah. I think 4 is max. Kind of like classic, like the split screen.
But you also had System Link. I guess that worked
true.
mostly for multiplayer.
I think multiplayer. Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember
Something
if
to
Halo
goof
1 let you
with.
do more than 2 players, actually. Because I know Halo 3 for sure was 4-player co-op, but I think Halo 1 you were restricted to 2 people at most. Unless they fixed that with the MCC.
I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never
we'll
played it
find
with
out
more
later,
than.
I'm sure.
I think the max I've ever played Halo with is just me and my cousin. Like,
I know, right?
yeah, because it's been a while.
It's probably 2-player only, because I know Halo 2 was only 2-player. And then Halo 3 is where they introduced the 2 extra elites as players
Yeah,
3
exactly.
and 4.
Might have to find
I'll
out
have
someday.
to check it out. It'd
Have
be
to
fun to
test
play
it,
through some
yeah.
Halo again. It's been a while.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Right.
Yeah. I was just going through campaigns, but yeah, I was just curious. All
But
good.
I think I already mentioned this, but also you mentioned you picked up Payday. I'd totally be down for some 4-player heisting. It'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can walk you
Payday.
through some stuff.
I played through the tutorials. I know the basics. I know how to shoot stuff and I know how to steal stuff. That's about
Fair
it.
enough.
I've gone complete point defense build.
Oh yeah, the heavy armor.
Full armor, minigun, 6 sentry turrets, a bag of ammunition. Like, nothing's coming in.
I've done a little bit of both. I think the one I currently use is I've got like 3 submachine guns, but I'm using Anarchist for like the heavy armor and then a crit build. So just mowing through enemies, moving around real fast. It's pretty fun.
Dang. That would be cool.
I've only got the game.
Hi.
I'll understand what you guys are talking about.
I know.
But yeah,
I just
there's
got
a lot
it
to
too,
learn,
and I
so
have
can
no
easily
idea.
walk you through it.
Sad day, Rob. You missed the sale. It was 99 cents on Thursday.
Yeah, I know. I kind of missed the sale. Like the Christmas sale. I'll be honest. As soon as I
Yeah.
got off work that day, because I actually had night shift, I just
Uh,
I plopped down, just
went to
sleep.
bed.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's fair. That's
And
fair.
it didn't
And
hit
probably
me.
stand-
Sale for it again soon.
It
Sleep
didn't
is probably more important than video games,
Yeah.
but video games are definitely fun.
Trust me, it didn't hit me until like I did look it up before I went on to night shift. Like, oh yeah, I'll get some of these games when I get paid. And I'm like, wait, wasn't I supposed to do something before 10 Pacific Standard Time? Nah.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it
Wait
hit me
a
like
minute.
it hit me
Yeah.
in the middle of the shift. Like, oh, I could have gotten some games.
You know what?
Yeah.
I've had those moments, especially this summer, because like I forgot about the Steam sale, and I was in the lab, and I remember like one of my lab mates was like, "Oh yeah, did you hear that Steam sale?" And I'm like, "Oh, that is today." So like immediately, like I don't know, I was in the lab for like 12 hours that day. I left, went home, bought the games I wanted, and then just like stood up and flopped over into my bed. I was like, I'm done.
Nice. Bree beat the clock that day.
Yep.
Bree
Unlike
was
me.
exhausted and her thumb was aching because, pipetting.
Alright.
Jeez, Barton beat the clock.
She did beat
Uh,
the clock.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. The clock. The Clark.
The
Beat
Clark.
the Clark.
Yes,
The clock. I did not
What
beat anyone
time
named
is
Clark.
it? I don't know. Check the Clark.
I don't know a Kal-El.
Oh gosh.
Should be next to the calendar.
The kid.
Oh, don't you know it?
Oh boy.
Okay, calm down. Calm down there, comments. We're sure we're making fun of people, and we're laughing at them, but they might be laughing with us. So,
Yay, stereotypes.
hooray!
Yeah, we've restarted Eureka and Warehouse 13 again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember how much I love these shows.
It's been a while.
Man,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
speaking of old shows, I recently watched that Forbidden Planet. That sci-fi movie that sparked everything.
Oh my gosh, with Robbie the
No
Robot?
one heard about it.
Yes. That movie, like, if you're a fan of Star Trek or whatever, that is like the prequel movie.
Yeah.
It's wild how many tropes it kicked off.
Dang.
Honestly, like old sci-fi, as much as people make fun of old sci-fi, it's so beautiful in so many ways. Because you look at it, you're just like, how did you pull this off with the budget you were given and the limited technology you have? Like, oh my gosh, I love Robbie the Robot. Honestly, like I actually have a figurine of him in my room that I got with a friend of mine back in Massachusetts. And like, I don't know, every time I look at it, I'm like, how did they put all these moving parts together? Like, how did they get all this to work? And the cool thing is, I think they recycled him in a episode of the Twilight Zone as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. You know what? Actually, you know who doesn't actually get that much praise anymore with the budget they have? Disney.
What?
Because like,
Oh boy.
do you know that
Wow.
Disney, like the biggest billionaire company out there, gives a lot of money to their studio to make these movies, but never makes a good quality that they used to.
But
It's like, wow, this
That's
is a pretty
unfortunate.
little turd.
here's the
It's
thing
sad.
with that though, that is that like with older movies, especially science fiction ones, they relied heavily on practical effects, especially like whenever you look
Yes.
at older episodes of Star Trek, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, even like Mystery Science Theater, some of the movies they use practical effects,
Right.
and
Definitely, yeah.
I mean it's just so beautiful. I don't know, for me, like that's why I love old movies so much, because it's just so beautiful seeing how they put all that together.
Definitely. I have to give credit to the sequel Star Wars, like story wise and stuff. Definitely
yeah.
have plenty of rants on that.
Yeah, definitely good.
It wasn't great.
Well, not
It was
great.
not good. But something I really loved that they did
They gave us porks.
was
They gave us
Yeah.
porks.
This porks. There we
Yeah.
go.
do what
I
you
love
will
the
with the
porks.
porks. Do what you will with the porks. But so something they gave us, which I really, or like how they presented it, which I really liked, is the blend of practical effects and CGI, which I
Yeah.
think is the best way to do it. Like, do as much as you can practically, just because I feel like it looks better on camera, because it's a real thing. So like it looks
Exactly.
more
Yeah.
real on
Right.
camera. And then what you can't do, or what needs tweaking, you do CGI, like a blend of it. I feel
Look at
like.
the
I mean,
difference.
like, whenever you look into-
That's the best way to
When
do it in
When you
this
look
day and age. I
into-
feel like.
When you look into like J.J. Abrams' style, like he always says that he goes, I always want 70% practical effects, 30% visual effects, and you know he does do that. He did direct the first and the last of the sequel series, and
Right.
Ryan Johnson did a pretty good job. I don't know, like I loved the Ryan Johnson one, and I know people are gonna hate me for this, but I loved it mostly because of cinematography. The cinematography in that movie was gorgeous, and like I don't know, I just love the way they captured a lot
Like-
of those scenes.
Like, look,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It kind of goes back to, this is a pretty turd. It is very pretty, but it is a turd.
look at the difference
know.
between the Thing and its later sequel. Like, you'll see
That
the
is
difference
true.
between what practical effects is able to do and what digital effects can do. And to
And
bring it around to Star
So-
Wars, they did an excellent job. The new movies, they look amazing. However,
Oh, yeah.
the story leaves so much to be desired, it's not worth watching.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
know. I
It's
love watching
unfortunate
it.
how that happens.
Do you like watching it for the meme, or do you like watching it for like actually like this is a good thing, you know?
uh, I like
Or a bit of
watching it.
both.
I like watching it for the meme, and then I also am mostly there for the porks. And
Okay, just
not
pork.
only that, I love the
Memes.
ranting my brother does because he hated the Raylo thing, and I am there for it.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
I am here for this.
I don't
Yeah,
like
see,
that,
see
but yeah, that's fair. There for the memes.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Being there for the memes.
she's
But yeah,
watching
it's
it
like,
to
it's
be
like
a
me with the prequel
contrarian
series.
to everything.
Well, just
It's a-
just remember one thing, that they did almost cast Boyega as the main character, and they just scrapped him from the rest of the sequel.
I know. I mean, like,
It's unfortunate, yeah, because he had
he had
potential.
so much potential.
Yes,
You see,
but
that's
it's
one thing everybody agrees
executives.
on.
They are so far out of touch that they don't know what to do.
It just reminds me of that meme,
Right.
that one Simpson meme.
Oh yeah, with Skitter.
Yeah,
Am I out of touch? No, it is them.
yes, it is them.
How do you do, my fellow kids? Oh, John Boyega. Right, I got you. I was just,
But then-
I had to look him up.
Yeah.
I do not know actors very well.
That's fine. We could have
I
gone
know
But
with
yeah,
John
the
he,
character.
Boyega.
he definitely got shafted so hard.
I
Yeah.
know.
He had such a great setup at the beginning of
'Cause, yeah, a
Force
defective
Awakens.
stormtrooper. You could do
Like-
so much with that.
yeah, and like he's set up like he was using the lightsaber, and it's like, dude,
Oh yeah.
where is this gonna go? And then he got shafted, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
As
then
a
it never
comedy
went
guy,
anywhere.
even, I think I can't reference the article, but even he was like, yeah, they kind of shafted my
Yeah,
character.
dang.
I know.
But I know he said something about that, and he was not happy with how they handled his character.
Yeah.
It's Disney. They cannot humanize the bad guy, otherwise they lose their edge.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing,
They
though.
had an edge.
I know.
No.
I've read this in an article. They said that they modeled the first. They wanted to model the entire thing kind of based off of Pride and Prejudice, and they
Wow.
kind of went a little too far with that. And I was like,
I
no.
might be. I'm not so deep into the Star Wars community, but I don't see the connection between Star Wars and Pride and Prejudice.
They
Don't
wanted to
worry.
have the whole Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth thing going on between Rey and Kylo, and I was like, yeah, the only reason why that really worked is because the way Jane Austen wrote her characters, and
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I haven't read a lot of Jane Austen, but like she definitely is a really good writer. Surprisingly, not gonna
oh
lie.
yeah,
Like one I because I took a film appreciation class for like up here in college, and one of the movies we had to watch was Sense and Sensibility. Like I think it was like the 1997 or something.
oh, was
One-
that the one with
and-
oh my gosh, what's her name? Brilliant actress. I can't remember what her name is, but it's
It had Snape.
yeah,
I
it does.
I forget names off
He's
the top
so
of my head. but it
good in
had
that
Snape.
one. Yeah,
Oh.
he plays Colonel Brandon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's great in everything I've seen him in.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, what's the actor's name? I feel terrible.
I see his face and I'm forgetting his name right now.
I do it too. Like I'm sorry. I love these actors. I just can't remember names to save my life. It's
Oh,
like,
dude.
who is that guy? Snape. Okay, but who is he really? The Colonel
Hans
in the
from Die
movie.
Hard.
I honestly
Snape's
only
Snape.
recognize a
Right.
few faces from Hollywood. Outside of those ones, it's a gamble.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll look him up really quick to do proper respect. But like every movie I've seen him, in, he's been awesome. But anyways,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like Sense and Sensibility, like in general, it's not my cup of tea. It's like not one I'm gonna like watch again and again.
Right.
But I have to admit, like the writing that Jane Austen had, like because they used a lot of her words, of course. Like the writing she has is awesome. Like, she does some great characterization, great dialogue. I gotta admit, I was
Mhm.
thoroughly impressed.
Honestly, like,
So,
she was ahead of her time. And actually, fun fact, a lot of her books were published out of order from the ones that she wrote. So it's really interesting. I don't know. I did during the pandemic. I did a lot of reading, and I did Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility. I read Emma, which is by Charlotte Bronte, and then I was working my way up to reading some other ones. But since everything kind of went somewhat back to normal, I've been really busy. I've been wanting to get back to my books though, because oh my gosh, like she's phenomenal, and
dang.
yeah, like her commentary on just society in itself. It's very feministic, but like I love it. It's really good, and I don't know. That's just my take on it. But yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
I love the fact that you're like, oh, I haven't seen this, like, oh, and watch it again and again, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's not one I'd like watch on like for fun. Like let's watch a movie, but
I do.
like like I mean that's just kind of like differences, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
like I would watch it again, but it's not like one where it's like let's watch Sense and Sensibility today. You know, not a go-to, I should say.
No.
Yeah,
never.
But I have to
like,
admit, it was a fantastic film. I gotta admit. Oh, and
I love
Alan
her.
Rickman. Alan Rickman was the guy.
Yes.
Gotta be specific.
yes, that
Alan
was his
Rickman.
There you go. The
He is
Google has
amazing actor.
power.
I know, right?
I
Sense
guess
and
one could say
Sensibility.
it's unlimited power.
Okay, calm down
Okay.
there.
Emma
Humphrey.
Thompson, Kate
Emma
Winslet.
Thompson, yeah.
Those were the names we were forgetting.
I don't know. Like,
Sorry.
the only
You
gripe
can yell at us in the comments. I'm sorry. We don't know actors good.
I
Yeah,
know the
don't
only
worry.
gripe I have with the 1997 one is the fact that it depicted Devonshire a bit differently than it is in the book. I think the BBC version stuck more truly to that, but yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. But anyways, yeah. Cool.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All right. So to circle back around to like the Boyega's character being shafted, Finn. I've actually seen some YouTube videos where some of these creators actually expanded upon that idea, and it's actually pretty interesting of how they actually managed to build it up to literally the end of what is it called? What's the sequel's called?
You mean the Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, that one.
For the end. Yeah.
Yeah, all the way up to
Interesting.
there, and I'm like, you know, if the executives would have cared about the franchise and the community, they could have went this way,
Yeah.
I know, right?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think if I might have seen the same videos. I forgot what channel it was.
Yeah,
Everything said.
What does it come up
Executive
to
Yeah, I
mind?
did watch it.
care? Are you crazy?
I know, right?
Look, it sells money, it makes merchandise, it's fine, okay? It's fine.
I mean, I don't know. I know you guys are gonna hate me for saying this, but I did like the last movie. It was really good, in my opinion. But I mean, like,
Like I've heard debate for it too. Like actually one of my roommates, he has I wouldn't say he likes it, but he has appreciation.
I did
Rise of
hear, I forgot who
Skywalker.
directed the last movie, but he was kind of in a tight spot after the first
Right,
two.
yeah.
J.J.
it
Abrams
was
is the one who
it was still
directed
it was
Yeah, that's
J.J.
fair.
Abrams took over
Yeah.
again.
It was Abrams.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was kind of like he appreciated like how he was somehow able to kind of wrap it all up, and I'm like, you know what, that's fair. I still think it's trash, but that's just me.
I mean,
To
like,
each their own.
if we're
Yeah,
talking
like-
things that J.J. Abrams has touched and I absolutely love, it's always gonna be the Star Trek series more than the Star Wars series because my man there, he did good by the Star Trek series, the Kelvin timeline for that one. But yeah, the last movie, I still want the poster for the last movie because I like it. It's really pretty, and I want one.
I think I have. I think that channel that we were talking about earlier, Jub. I think it's called Unique Name a Source Speller. Yeah, I think so.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean I'm
I don't
looking.
know,
At,
it's been a while.
oh well.
I just did it one day watching through the videos and thought it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, I stumbled upon that and I was like, yeah, it just goes back to like, if the executives didn't really care about the money, it would have been a great
Just a
story.
little more time spent
Yeah.
fixing things up a little.
Yeah. Just wrapping up some good. Actually, what movie franchises out there are at least like pretty good for their run?
Like modern? Are you talking modern franchises or
I'd
like
say-
just
I'd say
general?
like big franchises that are still somehow like pretty good by all audiences from when they were created to now, basically.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
John Wick.
I was gonna say, yeah, John Wick. I'd say
Yeah.
of recent movies has been
Yeah.
a series I've really enjoyed.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of those. I'm not gonna lie. I am curious about those. Don't I got them on my list. I
Yeah.
got them on my list.
I guess.
Don't worry.
I
I
guess
got a
we know
big
what we're doing
list.
with you.
don't
got
worry.
a big list, okay?
Don't worry about it, man. Like, my mom and I didn't start the whole series until we were in lockdown. That was a terrible idea to do for starters because we only had 1 and 2, and we had to wait for the third one to come out, and we were just like, we were dying. It was horrible. And like, we ran out of popcorn. It was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, that's one I do want to watch. I've heard good things about it. I can get behind that. I'm trying to think because I'm thinking a lot of the older ones I'm just kind of burned out of. Like Marvel, like I think
That-
like,
yeah.
the
I
Phase
think it was
4
good
just
up
wasn't
until
great.
Infinity War, and then after that, it's
Yeah.
kind of a mixed bag on
Yeah.
whether you
Like
enjoy it or not.
Endgame, I feel like for me anyways is kind of the end. To be honest,
Mhm.
I'm not opposed
Yeah.
to seeing the new stuff, like whatever they put out, but like I don't
But
like
it's
how
hard to top stopping Thanos and solving a
it's hard to
basic
top like
universal
and
threat.
and just in general that huge arc, like that multi-year arc
Yeah.
is kind of
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough to
Mhm.
beat. But yeah, like the new stuff, like some like think I can talk about things I don't like, but like I guess the two big things I don't like is like all the little shows they're making that are just feel like filler.
You know
And
what,
then
though?
you
Like,
have to see that. Then you have to see them to really kind of keep up with the timeline, like with the movies.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they drop
like
a bunch of
WandaVision
stuff that
leading
you
into-
need to
And
continue.
into the
It's a
multiverse
lot
of
to
madness.
keep up with.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
part of why I
it's
haven't
just
gotten around
it's
to
just
some of
adding
it.
more like unnecessary stuff that I feel like doesn't really add to it.
I mean, even
But
though
yeah.
even though that is the case, like my favorite thing about the fact that we got some shows out of it is the fact that finally a lot of us who are fans of Hawkeye, we finally got our Hawkeye TV show they've been teasing us with since 2014.
Right.
So, like, oh my gosh, let me tell you, the day they dropped the Hawkeye episodes, I was like,
I know.
oh my god.
I always I know you're very much a fan of Hawkeye.
I wonder what gave it away, Dingbat. I wonder
I
what
know,
gave it
right?
away.
Was it the purple
Sorry,
high
I'm a
tops?
dingbat.
I'm pretty sure it was the purple high tops with the words Hawkeye written on it or something. I'm not
Sorry,
sure.
I am a dingbat. It's not like you've talked about him for years.
And definitely not your username.
Off camera.
I know.
Jeez.
I took
But-
Clint Barton's last name. What can I say? I want to be a Barton. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be a Barton. I've seen how dysfunctional that family is.
Jeez.
I'm looking at you,
Oh,
Barney.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to give that one another watch. Maybe I didn't really get into it, but like I'll have to give it another watch. But yeah, like I said,
loved it because,
Marvel
like,
Marvel's kind of going down. But
you
yeah,
got to
you
see
finish your
Kate
thoughts.
for the
Sorry.
first time. I didn't like how they did Kate because, I mean, in the comics she's always really sassy, but I don't know, like, I love the way they depicted her and everything in some senses, but some of it I was like, I don't feel like it's Kate Bishop quite. But I also love the fact that like they kept with the Aja faction timeline, which I'm well versed in because I've read the Aja faction timeline like a dozen times since it came out. But yeah, and I love also the fact that they actually kept with the whole him losing his hearing because he does. Clint Barton, he is deaf.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole
Right.
comic book multiple timelines just so you can follow your favorite artist, that's a hard thing to get into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's on Twitter.
I mean, like,
Let's not go on down that road.
And
I
that's
don't
where we're
know.
stopping.
I have been a faithful fan of Aja and Faction for so long, but I'm also a major fan of everything Brian K. Vaughan has released. Like, ugh. Yeah. Speaking of, I need to get back into Saga again because I heard that it's running again, but I
Right.
need to find me a comic book store to hit up.
There's a point
Right.
where a series has been running so long that there's not a point that you could just jump in.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's
well,
like
except for-
Sandman.
Okay. I was just gonna say like, except for maybe for Marvel, the MCU basically. I mean, you could
Yeah,
start
the
with
MCU.
Iron Man. That's a good. I mean, yeah, Iron Man with the first Iron Man was a pretty good starting point, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's a
Oh
good
my
starting
goodness,
point. Yeah. There's plenty of timelines where it's like shows like Incredible Hulk, Iron Man,
Yeah.
Captain America, Winter Soldier,
But-
not Winter Soldier, First Avenger.
Right.
Uh,
But
yeah.
it's like those movies, like they actually managed to at least like build the characters,
Mhm.
and then other movies just simply followed after that, and then, I guess just ended off just like how can you go much more bigger than Endgame? I suppose.
I know, right? I mean, that's something I kind of liked about the movies too. Like talking of jumping in,
Yeah.
like there's definitely an order to watch them in.
Mhm.
Like when I was
Wow.
rewatching them, I feel like you can generally kind of jump in wherever, and like you can still get the whole story of the
Yeah.
movie, and I think that's good too. Like I definitely Phase 4's got that a little bit, but it helps a lot more if you've seen the shows or whatever, you know.
Right.
Like, these other
Yeah.
movies, maybe because they're more, even then they were more bigger classic characters like Iron Man and Captain
Right.
America. It's like, oh yeah, I read those as a kid or whatever when, oh man, when we were kids.
I think the only one that
Oh,
most
I
people
see.
were kind of
I
caught
see
off
how-
guard by was Guardians of the Galaxy and Phase. I think it was a
Right.
Phase 2 or 3 that they brought him in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Because
was in
like I
Phase
know like
2
a
they
lot of
brought
people
him
were
in.
asking
Yeah.
me like, "Oh, who's this person?" And I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah,
sit
they-
down.
they-
We're gonna have
but,
some
like,
tea.
they
We're gonna talk
introdu-
about
the-
this, and I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
the whole rundown."
Yeah, they
So-
did a
Like, I
great
think-
job of introducing them. I feel like though, and like it
I
just
know,
worked
they were
in there,
so
and like
perfect.
not at the begin, like it wasn't like right at the beginning, but like they worked them in there really well.
Yeah.
And I like that. And it just kind of threw me off because like I have a random old Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and it's like none of these characters are the same.
Yeah, they've changed through the years.
Definitely, but so it goes.
You know, I think
Yeah.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy, well, in my opinion, has the best soundtrack out of most the MCU. So
The first
Yeah.
one,
I-
absolutely,
I can agree with that.
absolutely.
Definitely best
Yep.
soundtrack. Continue.
yeah, that's it. That's all I was gonna say. I'm actually surprised at how the unanimous said like, yeah, we all agreed
Yep,
on that.
yep.
Well, the director
I mean, like, it's-
went.
It
The
bumps.
director went through and didn't pick the most popular songs of that era. He tried to build what would essentially be a playlist that somebody from that time would have had.
Yeah, and it
Here's
just
the-
works.
Yeah.
Here's
and the
the
song
funny
choices
thing.
too were just prime in general.
Right.
Just they're great classic songs. Yeah.
I grew up listening to most of those songs, so I was like, "Hey, I know the song. Hey, I know the song. Hey, I know the song. Oh my gosh, it slaps."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say, Stranger Things, the way they did the remix for Separate Ways. Oh my gosh. I every time I hear it, I'm still blown away by it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and they're like, oh yeah, we got Steve Perry on like to help us with this, and I'm like, you got who? Are you serious?
Is that from the new season?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man,
Oh, yeah,
Spoilers.
speaking
so
of
behind.
speaking of popular music, I mean, ironically, most pop songs actually work alongside. I know it's kind of a weird generalization to put it, but you know, like children's movies, so to speak, you know, or animation movies,
Could you elaborate?
like what is it? Like Angry Birds, you know. Like,
I haven't seen the second one. I'm
Okay.
trying to piece
I haven't
together
seen
what you mean by
that one in a long since it came out. The first one came out.
Okay, but wait, basically what I'm saying is that like yeah, like most movies you don't want you know kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, you want to at least have originality. And then there's some that just use pop songs incessantly, which is like driving you
Okay.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
I see
like
what
you
you
mean,
mean,
yeah.
where they try and
are you talking
fit
like
in what
Trolls
is
or
the
Sing
popular
or
song of
something
today.
like that?
Yeah.
Like
One-
Trolls
one-
and Sing.
yeah.
It's about appealing to the
generally like
widest
that.
audience.
Ah, yes.
Of course.
The children.
Yeah. I don't know, for
Them
me, like,
kids.
a lot of the newer songs, there's a handful of them I do like a handful of pop songs I do like. But it's not
Yeah.
a very big handful.
Yeah, it's not
Mhm.
not too much. Yeah.
I mean, when the radio plays the same 7 songs across all 13 active stations in an area,
the same
there's
one. Yeah.
not a song that you could enjoy. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, if I'm gonna listen to songs on repeat, it's gonna be on my version. I've been listening to a lot
Right.
of the Carpenter
Yeah.
ver- as of recently.
Jeez, I know, right? Yeah.
It's
I
almost
know.
Yeah, not a lot of new artists or songs really into. Yeah, they all kind of like some of them are bops. Don't get me wrong, but they all kind of sound the same. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you can make that argument for other eras of music too, like the '80s and '70s and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just those ones hit different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
I-
for me, when we watched Top Gun, I was surprised that it was One Republic that did one of their songs. Because I was like, this
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
sound
from
like
the
One Republic. I
volleyball
grew up
match.
listening to them, and it didn't sound like them. And I was like, okay, I'm down with this. And like, that's like one of the few that actually made it onto my playlist for my studying. Was that song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Top Gun, what is it like? It's actually the highest grossing movie so far with Avatar: The Way of the Water behind it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Still haven't
I know
seen
it did
yet.
really well from what I've heard,
That one
which
did
is
great.
impressive to hear. I wasn't so
I-
sure about
I-
it when I first heard they were making a sequel to.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers. Next time maybe we can dive deeper into it. I know it's a little bit of old news, but hey,
Oh no.
I've heard it's a great movie.
Has not
This is
half
totally
of
a
what we
spoiler.
talked about been old news.
I know, right? But
That's alright.
but
Well-
anyways, but like it's still a great. I've heard great things and I want to watch it, and
Right.
I'm happy to gush or criticize it. Probably gush, but from what
Okay.
I've heard, it'll probably be awesome. But yeah,
Yeah, the
Like,
second
yeah.
Top Gun movie is pretty good. I mean, I've seen it 5 times, but it's still not going to beat my record of watching the first one. Not even
Right.
by a long shot.
yeah.
Dang.
Well, first one's been out for a little bit longer, so you got more time to rewatch that one. a
Yeah,
few
I've
more
been
times.
watching that one since I was like 10.
Jeez.
What can I say? My mom watched it with me, and I was like, I want to be a pilot when I grow up. That's what I want to do. And like, I found out, no, I couldn't be.
No, time to put it on
Sad day.
repeat for the next 5 years.
There you go.
Do you mean the summary of my high school career?
So if you had to pick a piece of media that was the only media of that type that you can essentially enjoy, and you couldn't enjoy any other in that type, what media piece would you pick?
Oh boy.
So like
Ooh.
you can only enjoy movies.
So, like, if you pick
you can't
this
have,
movie,
like-
you can't watch any
Well-
other movies. You pick this song, you can't pick
Ooh.
any other song.
Ah,
Or you can't
Ooh,
listen to
that's
any other
tough
song.
one. That's a tough
like a
one.
genre or a type of media?
Just in the type of
Or
media.
just like you can
Okay.
only watch Top Gun. Like you pick Top Gun, that's the only movie you can ever watch. Right?
Yeah.
Am I getting that right?
Because
Oh.
if we're talking type, like the difference between music, film, stuff like that, I'd probably say
Yeah.
video games because it has the most of kind of everything.
Oh
But
yeah, definitely.
That's a good
yeah.
choice. That's
if
a
we're
good choice.
talking again genres like Top Gun being, I don't know, a flight kind of thing or whatever,
Action.
that's a good question.
Well, I'm talking
Yeah.
piece of media. So, like, if you pick this one video game, you can't play any other video game.
okay.
If you
Yeah.
pick this one
That
movie,
definitely
you
makes
can't
it more
watch
difficult.
any other movie.
Ah.
Hmm.
Can it be a show?
If you
Oh,
pick this
actually,
one
that
show,
would
you
be-
can't watch
That is a type
any
of
other
media,
show.
so yes.
You know what? I'll be honest. As far as video games, I'm stuck between Ark, Atlas, Skyrim, and a couple of other ones. So that's a very tough question to ask.
I mean, video game wise, I think mine would be Horizon Zero Dawn because I love Horizon Zero Dawn. It's such a big game. You can find new things to do every time you play it.
Oh yeah.
Question. Important question.
Go ahead.
Do we have to play it vanilla? Like since we're kind of going on video games,
Oh,
does it
yeah.
have to be vanilla or can we do mods?
Uh,
Because it's still the game.
do
mods.
remixes and fan edits count?
So mods are allowed.
Would they?
That's a good
I
question.
guess it
'Cause-
depends.
So
in
would
a
you
sense.
be able to
Well,
listen
because-
to a
because
If
if-
you're
remix
talking to
if-
like,
song?
I'm
Maybe.
trying to cheat the system. I'm not gonna lie.
I can tell.
Oh, I
Because
understand.
Yeah.
because like if mods are allowed, I do something like Minecraft or Skyrim
Okay.
because the mod community is so big on that.
Right.
Like I can mix it up a little bit so it's not just blocks.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
wouldn't
I
wouldn't a
mean-
mod just be fan made regardless?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Every
So-
mod is fan made.
So with that
Right.
logic,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm cheating this, trying to cheat
And I
the
agree. That's
system
where I'm
there,
almost
but
wondering because
yeah.
depending on the rules, you could say like Gary's mod, but then Gary's mod has a bunch of stuff from other series and stuff, not just
Yeah.
Half-Life or Source games, which
Yeah.
could be tweaking the rules.
yeah.
Yep. Yes, as evidence with us playing Gary's mod.
I don't. Mods might not be allowed because if you pick a
Okay.
song, you can't go listen to the cover of that song.
Gotcha. Okay,
I
so it's
love
got
it.
so
Or
it's got to be
could
vanilla.
you?
So it's got to be kind of vanilla. We're sticking with the original vanilla game. Got it.
Yeah.
So just maybe to rephrase this question just a little bit. So like if you're stuck on a desert island and you only got one movie, one song, one game, what do you got? What are you gonna pick? So. Oh boy, this is a rough one.
If I could
Yeah.
choose like an album, maybe, but like when it comes to music, I have to have more than one option.
Can we expand to an album? I don't think I can listen to one song on repeat forever.
I know, drive myself
Well,
nuts.
I know what one song I would actually listen to on repeat.
Barbie Girl, got it.
No.
Funky
Yeah,
Town.
close. Close.
Funky Town, Funky Town.
No, no.
Oh my god, is it Cotton Eye Joe? Robert, we went over this.
But seriously.
Anyways,
okay.
Let's
Rob, if
see.
you got an idea.
If it were an album, I'd say my current pick would probably be Trilogy by Carpenter Brute. It's got a lot of good ones. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I suppose expanding it to an album might be better. Because a
If we
movie
could.
gives you about 2 hours. An album gives you
Yeah.
about 6.
'Cause that's where I was wondering also.
A
Depending,
video game
yeah,
gives you
approximately.
like
Probably about
12
2
to
to 6, depending on the
600
game.
hours, depending on which game you're playing.
I know, right?
Yep.
And that's where I was also wondering, because, like, you say one type or something like that. So, like, if you were to say Top Gun, would that be Top Gun 1 and Top Gun 2, or would it just be only one or the other?
Wouldn't it just be whatever Top Gun is considered?
Man, I thought the rules were simple, but now you're just complicating things.
Maybe I'm overthinking it, or
I
maybe
think
didn't
that's the
hear it
thing.
I'm
very
trying
well.
to think about
Okay.
this, like one album for forever. I don't know.
Okay. Maybe going back to simplifying it, so you get one video game, vanilla, like all this is vanilla, like the
Right.
originals. One video game, one music album, one movie.
Well,
You-
probably
you get
definitely.
one.
I'll,
You
I'll-
don't get the
Album.
sequels, you just get the one.
Well,
Right.
if y'all wanna try to rack your brains on this, I think we could take a break and come back to this idea.
you know,
I
that
like
sounds
that
like a
plan.
good idea. All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, Devin, go ahead whenever you're ready.
So, when we last left off, I'm just kidding.
Hello, welcome back.
Okay, you've had your time to think. So, I guess the new topic: you're stuck on an island and you have to pick 3 sources of media: a game, an album, and a movie, and can't have any other media for the rest of your life. Or at least that's my
Yeah.
understanding that we came to.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think
the
that's the
thing we
understanding we
came
came
to,
to, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants to head first into hell?
Who's got something interesting?
I guess I can
Let's
go
let's
first. I
go.
don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, so like if I were to only have like one video game to play for the rest of forever, probably gonna be Horizon Zero Dawn because again, it's just so big and there's so much to do in there that you could literally play it over and over again and still find something new to do. So that's just my take on that. Movie, I'm still stuck on. But see, what's a movie I've seen like a million times? Good lord, there's so many.
Just pick your favorite one.
I probably
First one that comes to mind.
You've Got Mail.
All right.
Cool.
Um,
Brianna's watching You Got Mail forever. But anyways.
and then album. I mean, I've been listening to Minutes to Midnight for most of my life, so Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park, I guess.
Festive.
That is so like on so many different opposite ends. Of the
Aren't we
spectrum.
all?
Hey,
Hey, variety.
Yeah.
gotta have a variety while you're doing it, right? Oh, jeez. I still don't know a movie. I'm trying to think.
That's my thing. I don't
Movies
have
are
a
always a
movie.
hard one.
For albums, I'm still pretty set on Trilogy by
Ah.
Carpenter Brute, and then for game and movie, I know I said Enter the Gungeon, and I go with that. That's the problem with me is I always cycle through games and stuff at random times, but
Yeah.
sure, we'll
Right.
settle on that for now. And then movie. I'm trying to think of what I've watched like a ton of times. I know there's gotta be one whenever I actually think about it.
All right. Well, all right.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to think more about it, I guess I couldn't say mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for my game, I would actually go with Ark Survival Evolved. Dinosaurs, self-explanatory there, and I enjoy that game a lot. So yeah,
Fair.
it's a pretty interesting game.
Buck loves his dinos.
Yeah, I love
Buck
dinosaurs.
loves his dinos.
Yes, he
Indeed.
does.
Yes, he does.
The man can quote Jurassic Park.
And
from
speaking
by heart.
of that,
Kinda scary.
yeah, speaking
He
of that,
loves
that is
dinos.
exactly the movie I would
Oh
go
no!
with. Jurassic Park. I would, yeah.
Oh my
There we
gosh,
go.
really?
Just dinosaurs, you know. Again, you know, it's literally like, I mean, aside from like, what was it that one Disney called Dinosaur? Aside from that, yeah, Jurassic Park would be it.
Oh, it was not the greatest.
but-
And what about music album?
So as far as music, that I would have to say probably. I suppose anything patriotic. I suppose, you know, like military marches and whatnot. Nothing too specific.
What about that? Remember that album the Marine Corps used to give
Oh,
us
yeah.
at school that had like the songs and the recordings of like them performing stuff, like something like that?
Robert will have a compilation of military marches as
Essentially,
an
yeah.
album.
Oh, it's either that or Christopher Tin's that one album that has what was it Sogno di
gosh.
Volare, which is basically like a song version of translated poem of no, a translation of Leonardo da Vinci's poem of, you know, The Dream of Flight. So Civilization 6 would be my second choice if I didn't have a chance to play Ark. So
I
not
randomly
an
started
album.
thinking on movies, but what came to mind, admittedly, was The Life of Brian by Monty Python.
That's a good one.
Monty Python.
That one and the
That's a
Holy
good one.
Grail.
Yeah,
Those would be
Holy
two
Grail.
pretty good
Two.
picks.
I could probably
All
settle
right.
on that. They're good.
Life of Brian was just so funny, I swear. I was coding it the other day to my cousin and she was like laughing about it. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
Life of Brian? I'm like, yeah. My mom's like, what's Life of Brian?
all right, I guess it's just you, Dingbat.
I guess. Oh, we also got to hear from Zenzor.
Wait,
but
yeah,
I'll
Zenzor
go-
hasn't said anything
I'll let
yet.
him go last. He instigated.
Yes.
I'm still stuck on movie. I might need another minute on that because there's so many good ones. It's hard to pick just
Exactly.
one.
It's really hard to choose.
But-
Depends on like what mood you're
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I'm trying to think of a good every mood one. I might be
What are
overthinking it, but that's okay.
those?
I just
What
thought of
are
mine again.
those? What are those?
I do
What are
like Jurassic Park. You know what?
those?
To keep my sanity, I will also pick
Alright.
Jurassic Park and be cheap like that because that is a good movie. Like in general, I'll do Jurassic Park too because I'm gonna overthink it if I think too long on movies. And Jurassic Park's a great movie, so I'm gonna stick with that too. Game, I would probably actually do Minecraft because it's not one that I play all the time, but I feel like it's one I can always come back to, and like I like building things. I have fun with that, so I feel
Right.
like I can get some good use out of that for my life. And then album, the top 180 hits of all time.
Oh my gosh.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is
Yeah,
this the
maybe.
real
Maybe.
life?
No. I didn't
Is this
cheat. I didn't
fantasy?
cheat.
No.
I
What?
used the system.
Dingbat is going to be going from like 80s pop songs to like, I don't know, Carly Rae Jepsen or something like that.
You
Rock
didn't
songs.
choose the Kids Bop
Oh.
collection?
No, not this time.
No.
That's my number 2.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I jest. Okay, Senzor, what would you do?
So going in the order of game, music, movie that everyone else was doing.
Yep.
Seems to be the trend, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really. Okay, so Gary's Mod is the game that I've played the most, but we've already ruled out mods, so it'd have to be Minecraft.
Okay.
Like as Dingbat said, that's a easy one to go
Right.
back to. As for music, Rise Against Endgame. That's a really good album.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And if not that, Suffering and the Witnesses or Appeal to Reason. One of those three. Those
A
are
lot more like metal titles, right?
not really metal titles.
No.
It's more like anti-establishment rock.
Okay, fair
So
enough. Fair enough.
It's like stories telling about how bad the world is and the people living in it.
Oh, uplifting, wholesome.
Indeed.
I like it.
As for the movie, it's another uplifting one. The Crow,
Oh my
the
gosh.
1994 release.
I had my money on two movies, which was either be The Crow or Holy Grail from you.
I mean, we already got a Monty Python in the group, so it's probably gonna have to be The Crow.
I still need to watch that one. Everyone's told me like it's so good, and I still haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. I like it. It's a pretty good one to go back to. Pretty touching story.
I don't know. I just realized like the movie I actually could watch over and over again. There's actually three of them that I have watched over and over again, incessantly to the point where I've memorized all the lines from it. Other than You've Got Mail, which was
Oliver and
Wars.
Company. Oh,
I have never seen Oliver and Company. I have no idea what that is.
Ah.
oof.
Ah, sad day.
There's
Anyways,
like
it was me.
5 movies
true.
with that title.
I
They all tell a very similar story.
wonder why. Anyways, continue. Movies.
I was just realized like, oh yeah, this one I've seen over and over again till like I know every word to it. Star Wars, Serenity, Star Trek, the 2009 release for the Kelvin timeline, and How to Train Your Dragon.
That's a decent pick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are good ones. Those are good ones.
those are my comfort movies as
Alright.
well. So, because like I don't know, for me like How to Train Your Dragon came out when I was in middle school, so it was like one of those movies. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna become my entire personality.
You
for the
know,
rest
I'll
of my
be
life.
honest. I thought you were gonna say How to Train Your Dragon for your movie. To be honest, Barton.
I know. I blanked out so bad. I was like,
Now you're stuck not watching that one. Sorry.
That's okay.
You got mail. That's it.
I like that movie. It's hilarious.
You'll watch You Got Mail and you'll remember you don't have mail.
I love watching
You're
it.
stuck
It's
on an
so
island,
funny.
I guess.
F-O-X.
Oh jeez.
Welcome to your new
A
life.
bottle floated on the island. Wait, I sent that out 2 weeks ago.
Wait. This is just asking for my car's extended warranty.
God
I
darn
was
it.
hoping that like we could wiggle the rules a little bit to the point where I can choose a show because I was gonna be like Firefly, hands down to be a Firefly.
Oh, that didn't happen.
I know.
No wiggle. Sorry.
Just
You
like
only get
season
2
2
hours.
of Firefly
You
never
get
happened.
2 hours of content
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of 3.
What if
Actually, the entire
I'm
entire runtime of Firefly is 14 and a half hours. It is 14 and a half hours of pure bliss and a lifetime of withdrawal. I mean, like, as is right now, I'm wearing my Firefly hat. I always wear it around the
No,
house.
actually, this actually brings. Alright.
No, I agree. I changed my movie to Serenity Part 3.
You're terrible!
A movie that doesn't exist, but through picking it, I guess it somehow
It
becomes
manifests
existent.
itself.
Manifest destiny. No.
That would be a crazy power.
And it manifests itself, and it's the comics that they're running right now, and it's like the Blue Sun arc, and I'm just like, yes.
Imagine being able to go into an alternate universe where your favorite piece of media was somehow different. Like, it wasn't canceled, or it took a different path through the plot. You take that piece of media and you bring it back.
The Star Wars sequels actually like being
Yeah,
top-notch.
can I go with
Like not
can I go with
cherry-picking
Dingbat
the
on
good
that?
parts, you know, like it's actually all good.
10
Bring
seasons
back a
of
good one.
Firefly.
Dang, just imagine that, wouldn't it? Just coming back with actually good Star Wars sequels.
Yeah, probably shouldn't go back to that topic too far, but yeah.
I'm
That-
sorry, but like for me, it'd
That's
be
what we
like
call
I'm
a
looking-
callback.
Yes.
I would want to go for my Firefly.
That's fair.
I
I
think
know
we
how
all
much you like
we all
it.
know how much you like
I
it.
know.
It's crazy to think what could have been.
Oh, it was gonna be beautiful. It was gonna be beautiful. I read some of the notes Joss Whedon had for it. It was gonna be gorgeous, and we never got it, and it breaks my heart every time I think
All
about
right.
it.
You in the audience, if you sympathize with Barton, just let us know. I mean, we won't see it, but yeah.
We'll get
Anyway,
back to you on
moving
that
on.
maybe. We'll see.
It's just
Figure
gonna be
it out.
one poor guy in the audience that has to reply to everything.
Editor's note: put that poor guy right here in the middle.
Give him an
There
award.
you go.
Hardest comment. Bring him to the
We're gonna
top.
put you as #1 spot up here. No. Anyway, moving on. That was
That's too much
yeah.
power to give one person.
Oh. Well, anyways, good luck whoever you is that person. So
Yeah,
You,
have fun.
you wonderful soul. I am so sorry.
What?
If you sympathize with me on this, I am so sorry. I understand the pain. Trust me. I've been going through withdrawals since 2012. It's been 11 years now.
Only a little bit of time has passed.
only a little bit. It's not like it's what 11 years ago.
I mean, in the grand scheme of the universe, it's been absolutely nothing, but
Mhm.
It's been like less than a
10
fraction of a
years?
second
11
in the
years.
grand scheme of the universe.
But in
About
our
10-ish,
time,
yeah.
10 years. About 10 years now.
Yeah.
11 almost, probably.
Depending on the
this-
month, yeah.
This coming year. Yeah. Crazy. Strange times. Crazy times.
I know. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Speaking of crazy things and shenanigans, D&D.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Yeah, I've been hearing bad things about the whole change to
Yeah.
OGL.
I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't read into it that much. I have mixed feelings about what I've heard. But I can say
I know,
the
right?
game is fun no matter what.
Yeah.
Either way.
It
so,
is.
so they can't go back and retroactively remove the licensing for 5e?
hmm
They can only introduce new rules for their upcoming one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means
I'm
all
probably-
the media that we currently enjoy from it,
Yeah.
It's still
As
fine.
in- yeah, it's still fine.
I feel like I'm going to be like the old person who's like holding on to 3E rules because they grew up with 3E. And I'm probably going to hold on to 5E for the rest of my life.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly aimed at getting a piece of the pie from the creators that make all the crazy modules within the community.
Exactly.
But that's open source material.
But it's using the 5e system, which is
As a
under
base.
license.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But 5e is an open license.
Yes.
Or it's a perpetual open license, meaning they
Mhm.
can't go back and,
Change that. Unless
yeah.
someone
Yeah.
brainlessly signs the new agreement.
which you would have to have the majority of the current community to do that,
Mm-hmm.
which which no
Yeah,
one's
despite
gonna
every
do.
video I've seen, no one's falling for this, or they're gonna start losing.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
They'll
Honestly,
probably run
even-
into problems.
I'm
We'll
pretty
see.
sure. I'm pretty sure if the entire community bands together, they can make them like not do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
We'll
it's.
see.
I mean, let's be honest. Even if the movie fails, at least the game.
Or not the movie. It's
All
a
right,
completely
yeah,
different
it's
thing.
true. But anyways,
Yeah.
like that act.
Although I am
speaking
excited
of the
for the movie.
movie-
It should be fun.
Speaking of the movie, I saw that somewhere out there, and I don't know what theaters have this, but they have the poster thing you can take pictures in,
Yes, with
and
the
you get to
gelatinous
stand
cube.
behind the scene, the gelatinous cube. Yes, I was like, I want to be a gelatinous
Jeez.
cube. But yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my gosh. As we watched Onward
yeah.
when you guys were here, I know like my mom was like, so what is a gelatinous cube? So I pulled up all the information about gelatinous cubes.
Mhm.
And I was like, it's essentially it's a dungeon Roomba. It is the dungeon
I-
Roomba.
It consumes
You
all.
I just
not
call it the
wrong.
cube slime.
Certainly not wrong.
The cube slime. Oh my gosh. I had a coworker who was like, I wish we had like a mini gelatinous cube that would just like go around the tutoring center and just like kind of vacuum up everything that we drop on the floor. And I was
One
like, so
post,
essentially you want us to get a Roomba.
Yeah.
one post I like that was kind of funny, but it's like, the party's out at the tavern, they're all kind of drunk, so one guy pulls out a cube, it brings them home, but they've lost some gold. It was their cuber.
Yeah, the cuber
Yep.
post. Yeah. He pulls out like this mini gelatinous cube, squeezes it, and like summons it, and it picks them up. And then when they get home, it takes like 25 gold piece
Yep.
That's an
per
expensive
person.
Uber.
I know.
yeah.
Well, Uber is expensive. Have you ever taken an Uber?
No.
Lucky. It's so expensive. Like when we took the one in Minneapolis, it costed us a lot to get from
Dang.
our hotel to Mall of
forgot how
America.
that
It was
was
ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
a silver piece roughly indicates to about $1 and some change. So 25 gold pieces is somewhere within the
Oh,
$200 to
jeez.
$300 range.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
sounds
money.
about right for an Uber ride.
Sounds
sounds about
about
right
right.
for an Uber ride.
That's pretty up there, mate.
I mean, like, when I was working in Massachusetts, I used to refuse to take Uber anywhere because I'm like, even though I live in the countryside, I refuse to call Uber. So I'd be like bumming rides off of people like, hey, can you drop me off over here? And I'll take the rest of the way on my own. Because Uber is just so expensive.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
it's one way to earn money, as long as you have a vehicle.
Yeah.
uh,
A working vehicle.
it's not a great
Yeah,
source
that's
of
very
income.
true.
It's more supplementary than anything.
Yeah. I
It's
would
a side
agree.
hustle more than anything.
Yeah.
It can't be like a main job.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Some people somehow make it work, but yeah, probably not on that.
Well, anyways, actually, back to the topic of D&D, I did actually manage to get Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, so yeah. I
Oh,
finally
cool.
actually have access to the Artificer class, so, well, information for it, so.
Nice.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah, there might be another Artificer in the next game we play.
I still want to make my Junkrat Artificer
Yep.
kobold.
I mean, like, speaking of D&D, I found one of my old sketchbooks from when I was at the college here in town, and I found all my D&D sheets I made up while sitting in class. And if any of my calculus teachers are hearing this, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
she's
was paying
not.
attention. I was paying
Well, you
attention, I
know-
promise.
Wow.
She wasn't.
Were you?
Not me just sitting here knowing that I failed calculus 2 twice, 3 times.
Teachers know
You'd
more
be
than
surprised.
you think.
I know, I used to be a teacher. I used to be a teacher. I'm
Yeah,
aware.
especially,
They know when you're not
especially
paying
knowing the
attention.
fact that your students out there actually found our old videos too, so.
Stop. Don't encourage them further. Don't encourage them further. Any of my kiddos who
Nope,
finds
we're not
this,
going
I
to
swear.
encourage any
No, we
kiddos,
won't. We
we're not gonna
definitely
encourage any
won't.
people.
No. We're just bringing up. We're
Just don't go offering them a jub jub.
No more offering up the jub jub. Leave him alone.
what? We're just gonna give him a little tunes. You know those little tune bobblehead things. That's the one we're talking about.
Going
Yeah.
back to D&D again, actually. Curious question.
What's
'Cause
up?
I know we haven't played a ton, but so far, what would you say is a favorite class?
Favorite class?
I'm wizard through and through. I love it.
Don't want
I
to
didn't
try
end up
sorcerer
playing it
at
with the
all?
group, but I really
Warlock?
enjoyed my Blood Hunter. He was fun.
I think my personal favorite would be actually between Aeon or Tannen. But then again, Staccato.
Now with the
What-
group, I liked
Yeah.
my Alchemist,
Oh yeah.
Sigma.
Oh yeah. Our dark matter characters too. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I did like
That was
playing the
fun.
Warforged.
I haven't actually found a class that I really like, but I've played the Ranger a couple of times. Mainly because it pisses everyone off to know that there's a Ranger.
Fair.
You go
fair.
onto any
Are you
community
referring-
board and nobody wants you to play as the Ranger.
Are you referring to your Kenku Ranger?
That's not the only Ranger I've played.
Okay. I don't know. I'm a major fan of Watafa for so many reasons.
That is
One day we'll introduce him, maybe.
Yeah.
One day.
that's a fun character.
I would say, honestly, surprisingly,
Druid?
I would go with Druid. Because I feel like it's kind of
Alright.
relatively balanced, and I like the magic. It's kind
Druid?
of fun screwing with people.
I can picture you talking to a tree, yeah.
Druid's pretty complex, and there's a lot of fun circles that the
Right.
community has made.
Definitely. I mean, for standard, I would probably go with, like, Circle of the Moon. Because you
Combat.
get buffer creatures on the get-go. Yeah, combat, definitely.
What, you don't want to go with the other one where you can do the casting whilst?
Hmm. Nah.
Nah.
I want to become a bear from the get-go. I'm not going to be a dog. I'm going to be a bear. Maul your face. It's great.
And then he's going to raid the pantry of a small
No.
cruiser ship
No, you see the adventure.
whilst everybody dies outside.
He mauls your face, breaks into your house, eats all your
Refuses
your
to
entire pantry of
elaborate.
food, falls asleep on your couch.
Refuses to elaborate.
Does not elaborate further. Yep.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, actually, I haven't actually had a favorite class. I've actually just been playing around with a lot of classes so far. So, yeah,
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I have.
But I think all I can say is my favorite character so far, which I'm really glad I did on the spot, is Staccato, the Kobold Bard. I just like that I made him chaotic. Well, sort of
Nice.
chaotic.
Chaotic
It
is
is.
fun.
It is fun.
I love the
Depends-
fact that like
some of the DMs
you know,
don't like that. I've noticed, but
Yep.
chaotic is fun to play as though.
I mean, with our group, we can get away with it.
Definitely.
yeah, because we're nothing but chaos, honestly.
Just
We're
like our
used to it.
podcast.
It's true.
No?
It is great.
Uh,
We have jumped everywhere.
Anyway,
But that's okay.
but yeah,
It's how we do
yeah,
it.
I think it.
We'll figure it out.
Anyways, I think I'm more like a versatile. Just try to see which classes fit me. So
yeah,
That's fair.
I definitely like utility more so than the actual either tankiness, healiness, or damage dealiness of the classes.
Kind of just jack of all trades, kind of.
Yeah, I prefer the utility.
I think that's kind of why I like druids too, because I feel like they're pretty good utility. Like they're not the buffest. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
When
with
you
the,
figure out how to play them, they're
Right.
pretty utility.
with the Circle of the Moon, that's a pretty beefy damage dealer.
oh yeah, what
That
were
is
you going to
true.
say, Barton? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's not.
I've
Okay.
lost my train of thought.
Goodbye. There it goes.
Yeah, there it
Off
goes.
into the sunset.
But I mean, like, if I were to say, like, I don't know, I like wizard class a lot because I know, like, everyone's like, oh, there's too many spells to memorize, too many this to memorize. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like the closest thing to what I do in real
You're a
life.
wizard,
Well,
Barton.
Technically speaking, I'm a wizard. No, technically speaking, the most closest like to what I really do in real life is most likely to be alchemist. But I really like my wizard stuff. Not to mention, I get a funky hat every time. So
The wizard hat is very important.
yes, and if
It's
anything,
just-
I do love a good hat.
It's just part of it. It's just required. You have to have the hat.
Oh,
I mean, like, I love the fact that wizards do wear hats, and I mean, like, to the point where I've already decided that when I graduate, I want a wizard hat with the stars and everything on it.
well, I suppose the hat is what mostly everybody goes with, but try to mix it up a little, with the wizards.
I cast fireball.
Well,
What
I
else
mean,
more do you want from me?
appearance-wise. You can do whatever you want with your spell slots.
You know, I saw this thing. It would be kind of fun to test. I feel like
Wait.
it'd be fun to test with us.
When did
And-
Barton hit level 5?
Wait, what?
I know, right? That's what I was gonna say first. I decided to
That's
go
for
off
my
track instead.
information only. That's for my information only.
Brianna's just like, I found a
DM,
I
this
found a
is
scroll
unfair.
in the tunnel. I don't remember you finding a scroll. I did.
I don't remember
Nah, I
that.
don't remember.
And here,
It's like,
I don't-
okay,
I don't want
okay,
to say
I
this
will
to
allow it.
be.
It's like, okay, and then it comes to the session. It's like, I cast fireball. You cast a little puff of smoke that's 3 feet in front of you. It's about 1 foot. It singes you a bit, but it doesn't really do any damage.
I love that meme where it goes when the wizard hits level 4 and it's like this kid dressed up in this
Yeah.
old like wizard costume and there's like this explosion behind him. I love that meme.
alright.
Yeah.
What about you, Jub? Any favorite class you'd
Shenanigans.
like to play in D&D?
Oh yeah.
Favorite class. Alright, I already said. Again, either
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Blood Hunter
I
when
was
I was in
gonna.
a different group, because he's the one I played the most and I had a lot of fun with him, and had a bit of utility kind of mixed in there. And then, again, I enjoyed Sigma. It was fun with creating bombs and stuff I could give to teammates and just general chaos of that.
I am so sorry.
No, she's
I'm
not.
gonna keep saying that every time I bring up Sigma. I am so sorry.
That was a great side session of that.
It's okay.
And I guess
Jeez.
for
A
reasons,
lot of.
though, I also did have a lot of fun. It was only one session, but with my Nautilin, just again, basically Reinhardt. Rushing in
yeah.
there and then getting into a fist fight.
Oh yeah. That's fun. I will have to give context for these one day.
Don't
not
worry.
today.
Eventually, everybody will
Well,
get
not
the
today.
context. Yeah.
We'll find it out. Maybe we'll do D&D stories one day. That might be fun. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put a note on that.
Do it.
But yeah, I guess I haven't settled on one
Ah.
specific class.
So it's just like,
Keep it
Yeah.
flowing. Keep it fun.
So, anyways, I did have this idea. It's probably a bad idea.
well,
I'm
first of all, Cameron, there's no such thing as a bad idea. It's called a good idea. Moving on.
Well, you see, like I see these ones on the internet, like on the Instagram or whatever, like on or wherever I'm at, and I'm like, this is a terrible idea.
On
I wanna
the
try it.
Instagram? On the Instagram?
I know. I talk like an old, like, hey, how are you doing, my fellow kids?
Hello, my fellow youths.
Totally.
Right.
On
but
them
on
books
Instagram.
and them grams and
Or
them
like
chat.
Twitter.
And
whatever.
square pizzas. No. Anyway, yeah. Moving
but,
on.
But Square Pizza was the bomb. Okay, when
Oh my
Square Pizza
gosh,
was in
yes.
school, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deviate on that just yet. But I saw this thing and I was like, this is a great idea. Like, this is a terrible idea in all the best ways. I want to try it. So talking about mixing up characters, the DM creates your character and you have amnesia and you have no idea who you are.
Oh, I have
You can't
heard
really
about
even
this
tell
one.
what
That could be
species you are.
interesting.
And it's just like, okay, I'm going to attack with whatever weapon I got. And it's like, okay, you have a mace and you do this much damage with it. And your strength is this, and you figure out along the way. And it's just like, oh crap, did I just get hit with fireball? Yeah, but you're dragonborn, so you have resistance
I'm
to
a
fire. Wait, I'm a
dragonborn?
dragon? And I'm like, oh, that'd be fun.
Man,
It's just like,
if you don't roll
who
this, I'm
am
going
I?
to be
You know what?
disappointed.
This is on.
One day.
I mean, I have heard the idea
Yeah.
before, and it sounds like it could be a lot of fun if handled
You know what,
right.
Dingbat? You'll be in charge of that when you want to do it.
Oh, it's not my turn. It's
Don't
someone else's
worry.
turn.
Yes. That
Were we trying to work
almost-
for me or Bree?
Not
And I
saying,
know
not saying I won't.
Stop looking
We're
at me,
all looking at
okay?
I just need to get my idea on paper, basically. I've got the idea, I just need to work out items, settings, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
We're definitely not putting any pressure on you, Barton.
We're just saying. It will.
Stop
like,
looking at me.
Yeah.
We're not putting any pressure on you.
There
We're
you
just
go.
putting all the pressure on you.
all of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can
I just-
revive the
I
session
just-
I was writing with Censor, like, back in 2019. Back when the world was somewhat normal.
Right. It was starting to
So-
go a little whack. Like, we thought it was whack then, but
Oh, yeah.
we didn't know.
This is more than I bargained for.
You
You know
were
that
not
part whenever
prepared.
they say, "Is this more than you bargained for yet?" Yes, it is. Please take me
Dormammu,
back.
I've come to bargain. No. Yes, that was a reference. I don't know what I just made that reference.
Yes, we got it. I was writing. I'm sorry.
Take,
I got it.
take
Okay,
me back
thanks.
to the time.
Well done.
when
Bravo.
everything was
You made a movie
normal.
Okay,
reference. Good job.
okay, now
Just
that's
kidding.
that's
Kidding.
patronizing, man.
Gold star for the movie reference.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
know.
just messing with y'all.
I'm
Yeah, sorry. No.
sorry, not sorry.
Jeez.
Get what you get.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Links in the description. We've got some exciting changes coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned. We'll see you next time.